Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. The Jool expedition is currently still in a very stressful phase because we have 3 flights which will have a major event within the next week. At first we do have Albatros. Albatros will arrive at Jool in 5 days and 3 hours and perform there the aerocapture. Then we do have the Bop Expedition leaving the sphere of influence of Bop in 6 hours and 26 minutes. And finally the Pole Expedition having an encounter or a maneuver node in 2 days and 15 hours for a final encounter with Pole in 6 days. So yeah, a lot of things are going on. And then we do have also the Dress Expedition on its way back home to Kerman, and in 6 days and 22 hours it needs to perform a burn to finally return back to Kerman. So yeah, a lot of things will happen within the next week, and at first I think we will do the Bop encounter, that we will leave the sphere of influence of Bop. Let me at first set up a maneuver node so that I can... Okay, this is good. So, now we can see how Bop is getting smaller and smaller as we are drifting away, and as we are leaving the sphere of influence. Down there is Jool. We have a beautiful view down there to Jool, and Derdo is now happy, hopefully, because he will be then able to refuel at some point at Laythe's driving section, so that he is able to return back home to Kerman. And yeah, so at first Derdo has to leave the sphere of influence of Bop. Then we can set up a maneuver node so that we are arriving at Laythe. And finally, yeah, we will have our encounter with Laythe, and hopefully there we will be able to refuel our spacecraft with the Jool supply mission. So yeah, this will be hopefully a nice thing. I think the orbital map was just a little bit wrong, as it predicted me the change in the sphere of influence in 9 hours. I think it will happen within the next few seconds. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Unfortunately, we have not really a good view over to Bop, because, well, Bop is currently facing the sun, or is between the sun and us, so we only see the shadow of him. Okay, now we are in an orbit around Jool. And now it's time to bring out the nav ball and to set up a maneuver node. I think it was somewhere around here that I just need to do a retrograde burn. And there is the first... Now I need to shift it around, and now I would have an encounter with Laythe. And yes, now it's time to see... let me just have a focus view on Laythe. And to see where is... There's Laythe, and my trajectory is pretty far out, so I need to make sure that I'm arriving there and the right way. Can I? Wow, it's pretty hard to control. Okay, my main goal is now to bring down the Laythe periapsis so that I will have an aerocapture at Laythe, and that I'm orbiting the right way around Laythe. And in this case, let me just play a little bit around with the maneuver node, and I will bring you back in once I found the right maneuver node. Okay, I managed to create the good maneuver node. So we will arrive there in Laythe periapsis, currently at 31 kilometers. I have to think about this. Maybe I need to lower a little bit the Laythe periapsis, but this is looking good. And then we will be orbiting the right way, and the inclination to the Jool supply mission is not too big, so I hope we can change a little bit the inclination so that we are able to have a rendezvous with the Jool supply mission. And yeah, this is looking good. The maneuver will come up in 1 day and 14 hours and 15 minutes, so we have enough time to perform the burn before anything else will happen. In this case, let me just at first make sure that I'm controlling from the right interface. Yes, I am doing this. So now let me turn my spacecraft around so that I'm aiming already for the maneuver node. And like this. Very good. Okay, Derdo Kerman, let's do a quick time warp to get you closer to the maneuver node. And I have to pay attention that I'm not overshooting. Okay, 1 day, 18 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours. Let's slow down a little bit while we can observe the moons orbiting around Jool. This is always pretty cool. Okay, now, don't overshoot. Do it very, very slowly. Okay, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I think this is now the right moment. Okay, Derdo, are you ready? Full throttle. Here we go. Here we go. And yes, it's a burn of 1 minute and 32 seconds. This is good. And we have a beautiful view over to Jool and its Terminator, and also to, I hope this is Tylo and the Terminator. And down there, this little blue marble, this is Laythe, where we want to arrive to have our aerocapture, and then the chance to refuel our driving section, or maybe to switch the driving section, so just so that I'm just flying with my Bop lander over to the Jool supply mission, and I use this as my new driving section. This would be also an alternative. We will see, we will see. So this is good, this is good. What about the fuel? I think we will have enough fuel to arrive down there, but I don't think that this fuel would be enough to return back to Kerban. In this case, yeah, it's important to arrive down there, and only half a minute to go. And then, here, I think I need to switch at some point to the orbital map in order to observe the final part of the burn, so that I'm not overshooting and I'm arriving at the right spot. And yeah, Derdo Kerman is doing an amazing job. Only 15 seconds to go. In this case, let me just switch over. I'm looking here at Laythe, this is good. And then at some point, I think I will do this after I have done all the management with Albatros, with the... Okay, let's do it very gently. With the Bop Expedition and with the Pool Expedition, then I have to think about how I can perform a maneuver or a burn in Laythe orbit for touchdown version 3 in order to fly over to Wall and to arrive at Wall, so that we can perform even the landing on Wall. And yeah, this will be a task for somewhere in the future, as I said, after I finished all the other expedition to the Julian moons. And let's cut the engine right now. And what have I done? 24 kilometers. I think this is good enough. And we will have our Laythe encounter in 1 day and 20 hours. So I think this is a little bit after Pool Expedition. Where are you? Pool Expedition. Let me just switch you. Let me just switch to you. Yes, it's after the Pool Expedition. In 18 hours and 14 minutes, Derdo Kerman will perform his next burn, and there we have a beautiful view again to Laythe, Jool, Tylo, and Wall. This is pretty cool. Unfortunately, the smaller moons, Pole and Bop, are so small that it's pretty hard to discover them from an orbit around Jool. But okay, let's do the next time warp to bring Bering a little bit closer to his maneuver node. And as you can see down here, it's just a very, very small burn of 0.3 meters per second delta V. So I think I will do this with my RTF thrusters. And yeah, I hope I'm able to do this, and I hope I won't overshoot. Now let's get closer. And well, as you can see, it's very stressful. I have to switch back and forth all the time between the spacecrafts in order to, yeah, don't miss a major event. And yeah, to make sure that every spacecraft is arriving at its desired destination. Okay, Derdo Kerman is smiling. This is good, as he is orbiting around Jool and getting closer to the periapsis. Only 4 hours to go. Yes, amazing, just amazing. 2 hours to go. 1 hour to go. We are almost there. Let's slow down and stop right now. Okay, so where is my maneuver node? I think I need to perform a prograde burn. Yes, I'm right. Very good. Let me just go over there and come to a stop. Please stop wobbling. Okay, okay, Derdo Kerman, are you ready? I hope so. Let me see. Enable RCS and a gently burst. Okay. Gently, gently. And... okay, let's have a look at the orbital map. And yes, we do have an encounter in 3 days and 9 hours with a pull periapsis of 112 kilometers. What would happen if I just do another gently impulse? Will I... yes, I'm reducing a little bit. This is good. So I can get even closer to pull. Let me just continue this a little bit. 50 kilometers, 40, 30... yeah, 37. I think 37 kilometers is good enough. Okay, pull periapsis 37 kilometers in 3 days and 10 hours. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, now what is next? I think the next thing is I hope it's the Bop Expedition to arrive at Laythe. I think yes. I think it's a Bop Expedition to arrive at Laythe, but let me at first have a quick view at Albatros, just to make sure that I'm not missing Albatros. And 2 days, yeah, enough time. This is enough time. So, oh no, what I'm doing. I need to go back to orbital map, and now I can switch back to the Bop Expedition. Okay, here we are again at the Bop Expedition. And now our arrival is in 1 day and 1 hour. Can I set up a maneuver node over there? This would be really helpful. If I can do something like this, 1 day and 1 hour, very good. Okay, Derdo Kerman. Let's speed up in time to get you down to Laythe. There is Laythe. There we will arrive in the next 17 hours. Let's speed a little bit up, 10 hours. Okay, there is Laythe approaching us, or we are approaching Laythe. Only 3 hours to go. There is Wall. This is always pretty amazing, and it's nice to see how we are getting closer to our target and to our destination. Somewhere around Laythe is our fuel, and that's pretty amazing. Okay, only a few minutes to go. Let me just end another time warp. And how long? 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Okay, let's continue a little bit on. Still our Laythe period 19 kilometers. I think we need to raise it maybe a little bit. I'm not quite sure. Let me just get a little bit closer. I think I need to... okay. Wow, Laythe has already become quite large. I think I have at first to see my orbital velocity in the sphere of influence of Laythe, and then I will decide if I need to raise a little bit the periapsis, or if I can arrive there with a periapsis of 17 kilometers. But I think this is a little bit too close, so yeah, let me just wait until I have finished or performed. Okay, now yeah, I'm pretty slow compared to the arrival of the touchdown mission. In this case, I think I need... what do I need to do? Do I need to speed up? 21 kilometers. Yeah, I just need to speed up a little bit. So let me just remove this and let me aim for the prograde vector. And I think I will... what is a good altitude? Let me say 30 kilometers. Let me aim for 30 kilometers maybe. I hope this is then a good altitude. Or maybe 25. Let's say 26. Let's say 26. I hope this is a good altitude. And okay, like this. Okay. Now, let us continue. Let us get closer to Laythe. Now it's getting interesting and exciting. I hope I have chosen the right altitude so that I'm not getting too deep into the atmosphere of Laythe, and on the other hand that I'm not too far out so that the aerobraking maneuver is not strong enough. Okay, we are only 400 kilometers out. Let me just turn my spacecraft around, and so that the... oh, I have deployed all my solar panels. I think I should fix this at first, so let me retract all the panels. Let me do this, retract, and retract, and then I have also deployed the solar panels of my lander. Let me remove them as well and retract them as well. Okay, Derdo Kerman. And wow, we will be at our Laythe periapsis directly above the island where we landed on our first landing on Laythe. This is great. This is really great. What about our fuel? We have still 135 units of liquid fuel left. This is good. Okay, now we can speed up a little bit more in time to get a little bit closer to Laythe. And only 100 kilometers. Okay, I hope I have chosen the right altitude. Derdo Kerman is drawing this. This is good. This is really good. Okay, and we have again a beautiful view over to Jool. That is also amazing. I think I can speed up a little bit more while we are approaching. And no, I can't do any time warp anymore. Okay, okay. Everything is now coming down to this point that we are getting deep into the atmosphere of Laythe and getting hopefully slowed down by the atmosphere. Derdo Kerman is enjoying this. This is good. Oh, I was doing a little bit of physical time warp. Okay, this has explained a lot. Now we are losing some velocity. This is great. And this should be our island where we landed on. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay, we are losing currently some velocity. Now we do have even some re-entry effects. This is amazing. This is really amazing. Okay, Derdo Kerman. Is your flight down to Laythe a success? Will you get captured by Laythe's atmosphere? And okay, I think the shift in the camera angle means nothing else than that we just got captured by Laythe, hopefully. Let me see. Not yet, not yet. Okay. So we are ascending again. This is good, and we are still experiencing some re-entry effects. This is also good. This is also good because this means that we are losing some velocity. Very good, very good, very nice. And okay, the re-entry effects have stopped as we are flying directly above Laythe oceans. This is cool. Is this, by the way, a different biome? Let me just do a crew report. Laythe upper atmosphere. I think we have such a report. Let me reset this. But have we done this also with the gravity? No, with the temperature scan. I think the temperature. Let me just log temperature from Laythe atmosphere, upper atmosphere. I don't think I have done this with the other spacecraft, so this is good. Let me just stall this experiment. Well done, Derdo Kerman. You are even performing some science around Laythe. This is great. And yes, we got captured. We got captured. This is amazing. This is really amazing. And we are about to leave the atmosphere again, so this is great. Okay, this was a success. We are now successfully orbiting around with the Bop Expedition around Laythe. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay. And we are even out of the atmosphere of Laythe. This is cool. And I was right with the altitude I used for my aerocapture because, well, I'm now captured and I'm now orbiting around Laythe. And now the next thing is on our to-do list to set the Jool supply as our target. And we are off by, wow, 19 degrees. I need to bring this up in this direction. This would be then 0.3, so maybe a little bit down, 0.4. No, this is... Oh, I'm doing it all the time in the wrong direction. Just a little bit. 0.2. 0.1. Okay, at 272 meters per second burn. I think, yes, I think we will have enough fuel to do so. So yeah, let me just fly out there. Oh, and then we need to raise also our Laythe periapsis, otherwise we would get again into the atmosphere of Laythe, and this would be pretty dangerous. So in this case, let me just fly out to, at first, perform the inclination change, and then we can, or we have to raise the periapsis of our trajectory, otherwise we would possibly crash to the surface of Laythe, and this would be bad. And yeah, okay, only a few seconds to go. Okay, now we are at the right spot. Now I need to turn to my maneuver node, and let's come to a stop right now. Okay, and full throttle again to align the inclination of our orbit with the Jool supply orbit. Very good, very good. And it's interesting to see just the slight crescent of Laythe, because, well, here, Laythe is currently in front of the sun. And this is great, this is just great to have this beautiful view, and I'm so happy that this was a success to bring down my Bop Expedition down to Laythe, so that we are now able to refuel this mission. And this was also nice that we even were able to perform another experiment in Laythe's upper atmosphere. This was also quite rewarding. Okay, what about our fuel? Yes, we do have enough fuel to hopefully perform even the rendezvous. And let's cut it. Okay, what have we done? We are now well aligned, this is good, but our, the Laythe periapsis is already at 112 kilometers, so we are above the atmosphere, this is good. And later on, this will get problematic, because we are not, our orbits aren't really aligned, so I have to think about how I will do this at best. Maybe I have to do some burns with the Jool supply, but well, one thing we have done is that we are now orbiting around the same moon, or around the same celestial body, and so yeah, the chances to refuel my spacecraft are pretty high. And now let me just think about Pole Expedition. What was coming first, Albatros or the Pole Expedition? This is so stressful. I need to have a list. I need to write down this. Jool periapsis in 1 day, 8 hours, okay, and Pole Expedition in 2 days and 6 hours. Okay, I think we will go over to Albatros and we will perform the hopefully successful aerocapture at Jool of the Albatros mission at first. Okay, in this case, let me speed up a little bit and time again to get closer and to get down to Jool, that we can perform the next aerocapture in this episode. And Derdo Kerman is enjoying this, and he is sitting in his Tylo lander, this huge thing. We will need to slow down because, well, I think the velocity around Tylo will be pretty high, and unfortunately Tylo has no atmosphere. In this case, yeah, this will be a little bit stressful to hopefully slow down before we smack down onto the surface. But yeah, this will be also a task for a future episode when we've arrived at Tylo. Right now our main concern is to get captured by Jool, so at first let me just retract the solar panels of my driving section so that they are not getting ripped apart by the drag of the atmosphere. Okay, they are now... Do we have some other solar panels? Yes, we do have some solar panels out there. This is good. Okay, let me now get a little bit closer to Jool. Now, Jool is getting really big as we are getting closer to it. Okay, we are only 110 kilometers above Jool's atmosphere. Sidram is enjoying this. Sidram is really happy about this. Well, Sidram is also a very well experienced cosmonaut, so he knows all about spaceflight. He knows all about aerocaptures and aerobraking maneuvers, so he is well prepared for this. And here, the Tylo lander is really huge, and well, I have designed this that the whole lower stage down here until this decoupler is only used for the landing or for the purpose to slow down, and then we need even to use a little bit of fuel of our lander itself to come to a real stop. But here, all the fuel down here will be just used to slow down our velocity and our descent rate. And yeah, this is just crazy, and I hope everything will be a success when we arrive at Tylo, so that Sidram can successfully perform the landing on Tylo. But right now it's more about getting at first into an orbit around Jool, and now we do have the re-entry effect, so this is cool. This is cool again. And yeah, let me just switch off a little bit the interface, and okay, let's see. This is cool. This is looking amazing to see this very long spacecraft engulfed in the re-entry effects. Okay, they are getting a little bit stronger. This is cool. This is really cool. Amazing. Just amazing. Okay, I hope the shift in the camera means again that we got captured. And we are still in the atmosphere of Jool. And oh, what was this? Let me see. Yes, we are captured by Jool. Now we are decreasing our Jool apoapsis. This is amazing. And this is amazing to see this greenish atmosphere of Jool in front of us as we are flying through it and as we are losing a lot of our velocity. And now we are ascending again. This is great. This is really great. So it was a successful aerocapture of Sidram, and he can be now proud of, and he can now start thinking about how he can arrive at Tylo to perform his landing and his expedition on the surface of Tylo. I think this will be also a quite interesting challenge. I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, okay. We should be out of the atmosphere pretty soon. The needle is rising again, and the re-entry effects are reduced already. This is good, and they have almost stopped. This is good, this is good. Okay, the re-entry effects have stopped, and what have we done? We are almost down with our Jool apoapsis down to Tylo's orbit. This is great, this is really great. But we are a little bit off with the inclination, so we have to do at some point a maneuver to change our inclination. But yes, it was a success. It was a success. Sidram is enjoying this. He is really happy. He is cheering about this, that he got captured by Jool and that he is also arrived at Jool. And with this, the last Jool expedition mission has arrived at Jool, and now all the 5 Jool expedition flights are in orbit around Jool, and this is just amazing. I'm so happy about this. This is cool. Okay, let me just speed up a little bit so that we are above 200 kilometers of altitude, and then we will have a short look at our current situation. Okay, let's set Tylo as our target. And yeah, let me just do over here a slight inclination change. Okay, 0.1. Okay, 0.0, very good. Over there we will do an inclination change. Then at the apoapsis we need to raise a little bit our periapsis, and then we will see how many orbits we will need until we got an encounter with Tylo. And I think after I raised a little bit my periapsis, I will do another burn at the periapsis to reduce my Jool apoapsis so that it's barely reaching until the orbit of Tylo. And yeah, then I think we are well prepared. But all these maneuvers will happen in the next episode, and also the arrival of the pool expedition at Pool will also happen in the next episode, so a lot of things are ahead of us. And with this, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you again in the next episode when we are arriving at Pool. In this case, until next time, my name is Abby. See you!